She's trying to get that stomach open, but watch, this male is now showing a bit more interest and looks like he'd like to potentially start feeding. It's really funny to watch, actually. It's almost like he's not sure what to do. Really great to have seen those ground hornbills again at Taylor. I love seeing these rare birds. So I'm glad she got to show you them. We saw one this morning. It's always wonderful to see them around. You can see that female's just tearing and trying to rip open that underside of the buffalo, trying to get to that soft meat. The male got up, walked around a little bit, licked the carcass once or twice, and then has just gone and laid down again. So I'm very surprised that he hasn't decided to start feeding. He looks very lazy. Or rather, maybe lazy is the wrong word. I think lazy is the wrong word. He looks content. He looks happy, relaxed. His food, it's still a very, very warm afternoon. So there's no need for him to move around or worry. This buffalo is definitely not going anywhere. So there'll be food here for the entire evening. You never know, the rest of the pride could eventually join them unless they've got some food elsewhere that we don't know about. Wow, look at that yawn. Wonderful. You can see those teeth. Now usually yawning may indicate a sign of activity. May stand up and move around. And Brooklyn, age 10, has asked us a question. Why are all the buffalo dying? Are they sick? So, Brooklyn, what's happened is, I think these buffalo are very, very weak. They haven't had a lot of food. There's not a lot of grass around. And I'll ask Dave to show you just now, but at the moment, it's very, very dry. We've got little bits of green grass coming out. And if you look just off to our left, can you see here? There's actually no grass. There's little bits of greenery coming through because of the little bit of rain we had. But because there's no grass, there's not a lot of food for these buffalo to eat. So they're getting very thin, they're getting very weak, and it's because we call it a drought. So it's the dry season that we've had. It's been very, very dry, not a lot of rain, and that is why there's not a lot of food for these buffalo to eat. And that is why I think the main reason why they are a lot weaker, and because they've been hanging around in this area where these lions are prevalent and all over. The lions have been bumping into them on a daily basis, and that is why I think that it's easier for the lions to hunt them and feed on them, because these buffalo are not as strong as they usually are, and they're not able to get away as much. Oh, you can see that's all the stomach contents on that lioness. Ugh. Oh, look at, she's just stretching, trying to maybe stretch her claws. Often they do that to stretch them and clean them a little bit. They'll scrape them on the side of trees. Oh, that's interesting. And now just walking away. Look at the male tapping the back of her legs, trying to get her to lay down. Oh, watch everybody. I thought he may try and mate with this female, but he's not interested in there. Oh, he's just going to lay down again. This is incredible. Within the minute that the lioness has got up and walked away from the buffalo, I can hear a swarm of flies, and those flies are all over that carcass now. Just have a look at this. Look at all those flies. Isn't that incredible? obviously the smell from the stomach contents being released is just too much, and it attracted all these flies. But literally within the minute that she stood up and moved away, those flies just invaded that buffalo carcass. Very, very interesting. Oh, hang on. Listen to this lioness. She just gave a very low contact call, a little oh, oh, but she stopped now. Listen. There we go. Come on, roar for us. That would be wonderful. Possibly trying to find out where the rest of the pride is. That's how lions communicate. They'll roar and call. Just trying to hear if I don't hear lions calling back, but that was a very soft contact call that she gave. If I have any idea where I think the rest of the pride is, a bit too far to hear that. But we're not sure. I mean, we didn't really know where these lions were. They popped out of nowhere this afternoon, and it was great to be able to follow them right back to this carcass. See, she's just cleaning herself a little bit there, but she's got all those stomach contents on her front legs. Look how she's cleaning her paws, and again using that tongue, that rough tongue, which is able to clean themselves, perhaps get little thorns out of the paws or the pads underneath, if they do have any.